I'd like to call the special work session to order on Monday, June 28th, 2021 at 5:45 p.m. Our first agenda item is consideration of a bid recommendation for a citywide radio system. Mr. Frost, you have the floor.
Madam President, I don't believe Mr. Frost is on the call at the moment.
Okay. You can try to reach him and then I'll just move to the next agenda item, okay?
Yeah.
Our next agenda item is consideration of a recommendation for purchase request for Lexipol Services. Chief Hamill, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Madam President, and esteemed council members. The Laurel Police Department is respectfully requesting permission to purchase a Lexipol annual law enforcement policy manual and daily training bulletins with supplemental publication service with procedures. We'll call it Lexipol from here on out, to assist in updating, managing, implementing the LPD General Order Policy Manual and more. We have been able to identify funding in the FY21 budget to purchase a subscription-based tool for the most efficient and effective method to update our general orders, policies, and procedures with legal review included. Today, public safety agencies and local government organizations face tremendous challenges in keeping personnel safe and healthy, reducing risk, and maintaining positive relationships with our communities, businesses, faith-based partners, and other government agencies. Add to that the dynamically changing legislative landscape, ever-evolving best practices, and even the most progressive, forward-thinking departments can struggle to keep up with maintaining current policies and procedures. Lexipol services are designed to save resources while protecting personnel, the agency, the city, as well as our entire community. Lexipol consists of professionals with expertise in public safety law, policy, training, mental health issues, and grants. They continually monitor changes and trends in legislation, case law, state and federal, and best practices, and use this knowledge to create policies, training, wellness resources, funding services that minimize risk and help us most effectively serve our community. Purchasing their services will be an investment in the safety and security of the personnel of the Laurel Police Department, the city government as a whole, and the entire Laurel community. They help to effectively address issues that create substantial risk, including inconsistent, outdated policies, lack of technology to easily update, issue, and track policies and training via an electronic platform, assisting with mental health needs of staff, difficulty keeping up with new and changing legislation, case law, and best practices, as well as others. This past Maryland legislative session had an emphasis on reforming and reimagining policing. This legislation will drastically impact the way law enforcement agencies perform their duties and will also require a comprehensive review of our current general orders to ensure that we are current, comply with the new laws, and incorporate best practices from around the country. It is also very likely that future legislative sessions will bring additional changes to law enforcement policies going forward. An important benefit to being a member of the Lexipol Services is that the company revises policies when the local or federal laws change, including case law from federal and state courts. The company notifies agencies of such changes and updates the policies, and even provides training and a testing method to ensure our officers, professional employees understand the policies. This helps to protect the agency from liability concerns and ensures that the department maintains up-to-date policies, is represented in a favorable manner when residents and others review our current policies. We will keep of course, in our current policy of reviewing these with the Fraternal Order of Police and working in partnership with them as well. We believe this service would be highly beneficial to our officers, the city, our agency, and the community we serve, and respectfully request your approval to purchase Lexipol as requested. Thank you for your kind consideration.
Okay, we'll take questions now. Councilman Signor.
Thank you, Madam President. Quick question, Chief. This annual event, or how long does this contract last? Is it something?
It's a series of 5-year contracts, and it's a continuing updated. They do the whole manual at first, and then continual updates. If there's updates today, tomorrow, and the next day, we get those updates to process.
Okay, so make sure I understand you saying. So it's a 5-year process, and after 5 years, we got to renew it. The first process is in the first year where they do the wholesale review and changes. Then yearly 1-year contracts going forward that would update it, maintain our service every year. Okay, thank you.
Councilman Smith.
I have no questions. I also want to mention I have Councilman Carl DeWalt with me. He can't get on his screen.
Okay,
Right.
Councilman Les.
Thank you, Madam President. Chief, because there's impacts on both the federal and the state side with legislative actions. Is what they give the city of Laurel, will it be tailored to what's going on in Maryland? Not in
To
other
both.
words, I know the
To
federal is easy. It's easier than the state side.
Yeah, it really, it handles the state side as well, which I agree with you. As of this moment, that will
Yeah.
be the heavier lift.
Okay, excellent. And when the first iteration of this contract is finished, which is the overall redo of our personnel practices in the police department, you'll have a group of people reviewing it in the department. Is that correct? Along with the FOP?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
We'll
Thank you.
maintain a review to make sure that it meets our needs.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
We'll go back to Councilman DeWalt. Do you have any questions?
This time. No questions at this time.
Okay. If the council agrees, this will be one of our agenda items at our meeting tonight at 6 p.m. Madam
Thank you.
Clerk, were you able to reach Kevin Frost?
Yes, ma'am. He's on the agenda. He's on now. Yes.
Okay, we're going to go back up to agenda item number 1, consideration of a bid recommendation for a citywide radio station. Mr. Frost, you have the floor.
Good evening, councilors. First, I'd like for
It's a very bad connection. It's a very bad connection.
You can't hear me?
Hear him? We can't hear you, Mr. Frost. It's a very bad connection.
Okay, let me
No, that's better.
call you in about a minute.
Oh, you're fine now.
Well, you're fine now.
Okay. So on the government,
It's back to not being able to hear you well. Mr. Frost, now we can't hear you well.
About
Say something.
can you hear me now?
A little.
Yeah, I'm in a mobile right now. I'm trying to move. How about right now?
Yes, yes. I can hear you. Okay.
What we have tonight is a upgrade of our general government radio system.
You're breaking up again.
Specifically GPS.
Just have Kevin call in.
Kevin, can you just call in, please? Can't hear you well. You're breaking up. You can call in. Has he dialed in yet, Kim?
No, not yet. Okay. Madam President, I have Mr. Frost on the line. I'm
Okay.
just going to go ahead and speak through my phone.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Frost.
Thanks, Kim. Can you hear me, Madam President?
Can you speak up just a little bit so everyone can hear you?
Yeah, so tonight what we have is a bid to replace our current government radio system. It's 12 years old, and we want to upgrade it to take advantage of more enhanced features that are now available, specifically GPS, alerting if a person, one of our people, is in an accident or has a problem on a sudden, they can push a button and we will receive an alert. This is a purchase primarily of it's just equipment. It's mobile radios, it's portable radios, and it's for dispatch radios, for dispatch computers. The vendor is Procom Limited, doing business as Communication Electronics. The contract vehicle is the 2018 Maryland radio contract. They are master contractors on that contract. Funding is in the radio CIP. Do you have any questions?
We'll start with Councilman DeWalt. Do you have any questions, sir?
No questions at this time.
Councilman Smith?
No questions.
Councilman Signor?
No question.
Councilman Les?
Kevin, this includes both encrypted and unencrypted capability. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. And and how about the maintenance of these units?
Maintenance is 1 year, and then we'll have a service contract after that.
Okay, so it's got a 1-year warranty on the system?
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. This item will be at on our agenda tonight at our regular scheduled meeting that will start at 6 o'clock. If there's no other business to come before this work session, this meeting is adjourned.